It's on.
Hello everyone, welcome back. And now we're moving on to one of the more exciting modules for me personally, and this is the promotional plan module. And this is oftentimes the module that we start with in our weekly webinars because we want to begin with the end in mind. And it's the exciting part because after you've gone through the entire process of building your silo framework, researching the keywords, silo DNA braid, team management, organizing the content, organizing your team, putting together the website blueprint, then of course then you're ready to promote. Now there's a lot I would like to say about this at some point. You can read in the members area, we talk a lot about this. This area, Sue Bell and Matt have both spent a lot of time, and I have as well, in vetting a lot of the sources and services and marketing platforms and all the different things that we offer in here. And we'll continue to do that, which is very, very high value. A lot of our members have said that that's one of the higher value things, just knowing that we have checked out most of the things that are actually all of the things that we will put in here will be vetted. And that goes, and some of that's pretty difficult to do as a beginner or intermediate, or even if you're running a full-time business. Sue Bell has, I know, hundreds of hours in researching the backlink services. Matt and Sue and I spend regular time, so you don't have to, looking at what's going on in the search engines. And I really want to highlight that value here, that the backlinking industry and all the stuff happening is changing. And so just to launch this tutorial, I wanted to make sure that you understood how much sheer value there is in just knowing what to do as far as what platforms to promote on. And on top of that, we have a training area, Network Empire, obviously, you're in it, and if you haven't found us on YouTube, and we talk about the integration of all these different platforms. So if you're finding this video independently on YouTube, it could be that you'll be overwhelmed with the amount of platforms you have to integrate. But all of this integration is provided in our step-by-step promotional stackable perpetual lead magnet system. We have over 3 years in development, actually more than that when you include all of the integrated pieces, and showing a newbie and beginner how to integrate, well, I say intermediate level online entrepreneur, how to integrate all of these platforms. So with no further ado, I'll step out of the way and let Matt show us what's going on with the promotional module.
Okay, cool. Guys, basically we're on promotional plan over here. And what you see on the left here is our vertical process, where we start at the top and we work our way down through all the steps. So when we say we're going to give you a process that you can follow from A to Z, this is exactly what we've done. Now, we're on the first step where we're setting up our promotional project. And basically what we do is we define our costs, we set up the URLs for our company, the URLs, and then from there we define what does it cost to create the different types of media. Now, when we speak of media, we're speaking of PowerPoints, we're speaking of PDFs, we're speaking of podcasts, we're speaking of AVRs, we're speaking of videos, we're speaking of written content, we're speaking of social groups, social profiles, we're speaking about article directories, we're speaking about everything that relates to the web, okay? In this particular model, we're not speaking about paid traffic. This is a new module that we'll be building into DWS to deal with the paid traffic side of things, but that's a whole different way of dealing with things. So in this one, we're dealing with the web and media, okay? Now, what we do here is when we come in, we see our primary theme keyword, okay? And this is at the top level keyword. This is the keyword that we want to own. You could class the keyword that defines your whole market or your whole niche. Okay, now the URL that we put in here is the URL of our domain. Okay, and what DWS will do is DWS will go and actually build out all the URLs for you. So what happens here is when you fill this in here, based on the URL structures that we believe are the best way to go forward, the system will define URLs further down in the writing promotion. I'll show you how that actually works in further videos. But what we're going to do here now is we're going to come to syndication promotion costs, and we're actually going to fill in what it costs us to produce one video. What's going to cost to produce one video if we paid for it? What's going to cost us to produce a directory submission, okay? And we can actually turn those right down. So if you can get guys on Fiverr to do directory submissions for you, okay, you can cut your costs right down, okay? The cost for a new article to be written, a cost for a repurposed article. Repurposed meaning we've taken the original article that we wrote in step 4, which is the content writing section. We've extracted the core information about that article, we've rewritten it slightly, and we've left it as an open hook article to draw the people in. Now remember, with the promotion, the whole purpose here is to drive traffic to your primary website, which you've just published, okay? It's not to create backlinks. If you want to create backlinks, you're going to go about this whole thing the wrong way around. Backlinks are a byproduct of the actions that you take, okay? So over here we've got the backlink cost of $25. That's basically if you had to write an article to create one backlink. So whatever the cost to make a backlink, you put a price in there. Now in our promotions, we deal with local, national, and international. We deal with whatever you want to do. So if you're doing a lot of local work, then fill in your business name for this local project. The elevator pitch, we recommend putting this in because we'll be coming to this later on in the system, and these elevator pitches will be brought forward for the guys when they need to use them. So if you're doing local directories and directory submissions, the address is important because it gets used all the way through the system for the local directories, and we'll bring that information forward, and we actually will inject it into the pages where you need them. So you can just copy and paste and put it in where you have to put it. The elevator pitch, you've got 1 minute to say exactly what your business does. This is where you fill those little descriptions in. The CEO bio, this is what you can use in your article directories for the author bio. Okay, so once you're done, you simply click on Update Projects and Costs, and this defines the global settings for the whole promotion. I'm going to hand the call over to Sue. She's going to briefly speak about the current syndication and promotion configuration, and what I'll do is I'll just click on her behalf for this part of the presentation.
Cool. So when we go to actually set this up, what we want to look at is whether our product is B2B or B2C. Like, this just kind of helps you get in your head whether you're doing local promotions, national promotions, or international promotions. Like, you just want to take a moment and think about that, because that's going to impact the kinds of platforms that you're going to use to promote your business on. If you're doing international, then when you get to the business directories, you're going to want to go across the board with the major directories and all the different companies. If you're doing local, then you're going to want to focus more on directories that are just in your locale. If you're doing B2B, you're going to want to hit harder places like LinkedIn. If you're doing B2C, then you're going to want to hit harder things like Facebook. Those kinds of considerations are what you want to think about when you're doing that first column there. Now, when you're doing the second column, what you can actually do in the competitor promotional factors is you can click on those items and you can see what's going on. So for instance, if you click on YouTube for a second, and it brings up the kind of videos that you're going to find in YouTube. It actually does a search on YouTube for your particular keyword topic. Go ahead and click on it. And you can see what kinds of things are out there on YouTube, like how gooey are they? What are your competitors actually doing? Do they have super high gloss professional videos? Are they doing shaky cam videos? This might give you an idea of the quality of video that you want to produce. And just because your competitors are doing high gloss doesn't mean that you need to, but you should be aware of what's popular, and this thing usually sorts the search function in YouTube usually sorts the most popular videos up there toward the top, so you can get an idea of what people are finding interesting, and you can get ideas about how you want to approach your whole video campaign. If there aren't a lot of videos, then you know that the thing is just wide open, that your opportunities there abound. Just because there aren't a lot of videos there doesn't mean that your market's not there, but you might want to be creative about how you approach it. So back at Domain Web Studio, let's talk again about, let's look at PR Web, for instance, because there's a lot of different avenues that you can take with press releases. You can go, can we take a look at PR Web for a sec? You can go with free press releases, and you can go with paid press releases. Now, PR Web is like the upper echelon of press releases. You can pay, I think it's up to $500 or $600 for press release there to be syndicated all the way through the news wires. And so what this will do is show you if your competitors are actually putting out paid press releases. If they're putting out paid press releases, I would seriously consider doing that as well, but you want to make sure that it's actually newsworthy. If you've got something that's just kind of sort of newsworthy, then I would go more with a free press release. So as you look here, you can decide, like, if your competitors are here and they're really strong and they're making strong branding statements, then you want to probably have in the back of your head that that's a direction that you want to go, and plan those press releases and set aside some money for that. So when you're back in Domain Web Studio, where you've got that money allocated for press releases, if you're going to go more toward just free press releases, then the cost of the press release is just the cost that it takes to get a press release written, which there are services on Fiverr which can be surprisingly good for that. So it might not cost you any more than someplace between $5 to $50 for a free press release. If you're going to go all out and have a paid press release, then you probably want to spend a little bit more time on it. You probably want to have a video included. You want to make sure you got a strong call to action. You want to have somebody who actually professionally does press releases take a look at it. At least that would be my recommendation. You'll get more bang for your buck that way. Russ, do you have anything you want to add to that?
No, that sounds pretty good. I mean, we do have some templates in there. And just as there are WR1 and 2 things, there's variations of press release quality. So like Sue was saying, there's mass press release as well as high-level press release. And we discern that quite a bit in some of our upcoming courses.
Cool. So that's the whole purpose behind those links within the competitor promotional factors. You can click on them. You can see what's going on currently in each one of those major channels, and you can decide how you want to approach that market, like kind of like what topics you want to go for. You can see what topics are hot. You can kind of get in your head how you want to approach your social media marketing from that perspective.
So once this is all done, guys, what you want to do now next is you want to come across to the Manage Promotional Blueprint screen, and this is where you'll start promoting your whole business. This module will actually build out your whole promotional plan, and what we've done for your convenience is we've actually gone and pre-built out a promotion for you. So when we click on this, just to keep the training short, we've gone ahead and done some of the steps for you just to demonstrate exactly what the end result is. Now, when you land on the screen, typically what happens is you can define the date you want a promotion to start by. And what this allows you to do is you can pre-plan your promotional plan for a whole year in advance if you wanted to. You can basically say, this month we're going to do that, next month we're going to do that, the month after that we're going to do the with bad credit keyword. You change the date and you plan out your plan according to that. What it will then do is it will actually go and map out your blueprint, and it'll show you how your workload is going to look depending on the keywords that have been selected. If I scroll a bit up here, what we can see is we have got 4 keywords that have been finalized. Now the way this works is if we want to remove a keyword from the promotional plan and it's been checked, if it's in that state, we see it's checked, you simply click exclude and it'll remove it. If it's been finalized, where we click finalize blueprint, once it's finalized you cannot exclude it from the blueprint. It's locked down. Okay. Now the way to include a keyword, you simply select it and you click include. Okay. And when the screen reloads, it will take this starting date here and will include the promotion from that point moving forward. Now you can see it's in a checked state. Okay, so fixed back credits there. Now as we start scrolling down this page, what we're going to see is the promotion for the next 12 months. So you get a forecast, a visual forecast for the next 12 months, but the actual module will pre-plan the promotion for the entire year for you. But just from a visual perspective, it gives you the next 12 months worth of work. Okay.
You said that it was going to plan for the next year for you. Don't you mean it's going to plan it out for the entire promotion for that keyword?
Yeah, it'll do the whole keyword, but the visuals are for the basically
Right.
from June to December. It's for the next 12 months.
Right.
So as you scroll down, you can see it's from June to December. The reason why we've done this is some keywords can take up to 22, 23, 25 months to get ranked for if you're targeting big keywords that are huge, like 40, 50 million competing pages, phrase match. And we don't want to have 22 months worth of data on the screen. That's just thinking way too far ahead. But as we move along through the promotional plan, this will dynamically change. As things are completed, they'll start falling off automatically, and it'll always show us the next 12 months. As we're moving month by month, the things that are done will start falling off the list, and the next 12 months will actually be shown. Okay, so over here we can see our workload, okay, month by month, the start of the week, the end of the week, and how many actions are required, i.e. how many tasks. If we write new content for these tasks, what is it going to cost? If we write repurpose content, what is the cost? And then what's the saving we can make if we repurpose our content in the promotion? And as you can see, and you look through this list, in November, December, we can make up to £1,000 per keyword or per month saving just by repurposing instead of using new content. So this is how you can start clawing back costs and savings as you work through your promotion. So we go to the next perspective, and we can see by promotion type. And this indicates the different signals that we're going to be pushing out to the search engines. And for the next 12 months, you can see there's a lot of up and down activity from multiple places. And what this does is it shows forums, article directories, social groups, blog articles, forums. Every month we're doing different promotions on different platforms in different formats, okay? And this gives all the signals that we need to search engines, so they see that our brand is everywhere now, right? Now, this is just the promotional side of things. With the new mod that's coming out, that's going to be for the paid traffic and all that kind of stuff. That's going to drive even more traffic into our system, and we'll deal with that when that mod is released. But for now, with this, what we're giving all the signals, and we are targeting all the places where our potential customers are. And we're engaging with them, and we're drawing them back into our website. And this is the whole point of it. We want to get all the traffic to come from where they're at, we want them to leave there and get back to our property and stay on our website and deal with us. The goal being, the faster we can get them off the market for whatever they want and getting them into our business, the better. Because once they're in our business, you scoop their client off the list, they're not looking for that help anymore. They're with you. So it's a matter of just retaining them and keeping them. Okay. So as we scroll down more, we actually get to see a perspective from a keyword level. Okay. And you sort of see this big wedge shape. And what this represents is all the keywords that are getting promoted up front, and then the keywords that are going to take longer to get promoted sort of staggers off. And this creates almost like a tidal wave or a big push effect. Because as we're promoting all the keywords, as we're working through this list month by month, some of the keywords, there'll be a lot of keywords that take maybe 1, 2, 3 months to get ranked. They'll get ranked and sorted, and they'll start driving traffic into your website. And as they're doing that, the promotion sort of leaves them and moves on to the next ones as we're going through the list. And this is where you get this staggered effect where from the top it seems like there's a lot of work up front, but it's not really representing that. It's representing that there's a drop-off as the keywords are getting ranked. This is what you're actually seeing when you look at this chart. Okay, so as you look at our grid, if you don't understand charts and looking at the grid's much easier for you. Come on. Here we can see with bad credit in June, we're going to be promoting with bad credit and erase bad credit. Sorry, that's for July. August is with bad credit and erase bad credit. August, fix bad credit. September's erase bad credit, with bad credit, fix bad credit. So you can see by the keywords what the promotions are going to be being about. And then we can actually see how much content needs to be delivered on certain parts of the month. This helps you determine how much people you need in your outsourcing team on this particular project. And then you can also see the savings that you'll make depending on what you're doing. So between the keywords and the actual promotional tasks, this helps you actually determine what type of outsourcer you actually need. So for example, let's just look at these promotion types here. Here we've got videos that need to be made over there, and then down there again. So we can see in July we need to have 2 videos made. So when we get to August or the beginning of July, we can actually source guys who do videos. We can prep the information up front so that by the time this is ready, those videos need to get built. So at the beginning of July, you can actually start looking for guys that can actually do the videos for you, and you can get them to build it. So it's brilliant how this whole module works, because it helps you manage the whole process, your whole production line. You know what's coming next. And when you're dealing with your clients, this is even better, because you can actually give your clients a projection of what you plan or forecast to do for them for the next period of time. This means you can actually sign them up into a continuity contract. If they sign up on this plan, then every single month you've got a set fee that you can charge them, which has been agreed. And this is very important for your business because you essentially can tie the client into a 12-month contract. So every month you just make sure you do your work, you deliver quality, you drive the traffic, you make sure the conversions happen, and you'll essentially tie up that client for 12 months. And every quarter you can review where you are, you can look at the progress, and you can see how they're moving up through the promotions and their rankings and all that kind of stuff. And you can see how things are changing in their business. So this module is exceedingly powerful. And if you sit with your client and you actually sit with them and show them what happens when you start promoting different things, this does a major thing inside the client's mind because now they've got clarity. They can actually see what happens when they do certain activities. Also, if they've got promotional things that are seasonally based, you can actually start telling them, look, we need to plan for these keywords 3 months in advance, so we should start with those keywords before the season starts so you can be ranked for those keywords. And the way you can do that is by looking at the actual time to rank on some of the keywords. Okay, so if they aren't too difficult, you can see how long you got to start before the actual season. So if it was 21 months to get ranked for the keyword over there, you would say to them, look, don't try and get it done for the season. It's not going to happen. So you can be very honest with your clients. And this is what the power of DWS brings to you, especially with this plan. It is exceedingly powerful. Sue, would you like to say something on this? The last thing I want to say here is this happens in seconds. We generate this plan in seconds. So if you're trying to promote 2,000 keywords, you essentially can create a plan in seconds, whereas if you had to do it by hand, it'll probably take you days to do this. I'm going to stop there for a minute and let Sue jump on, or Russell, let them give their points of view of the screen. And then after that, I think we'll end this video and we'll move on to the account creation screen. But just to close off this video, I'd like for Sue to give her thoughts on this module, because we spent a lot of time working on this to actually get it to do what it does.
Yeah, we surely did. And it's an awesome module because I can come in here with a huge blueprint and have the entire promotional plan just scoped out in moments, and it's a huge time saver. The one thing that I would say that you didn't mention is that down there where you're talking about repurposed content, and you gave an idea about curating your own content, but you can also curate other people's content. There's actually not any reason why you would have to use a long article, freshly written, on a third-party platform. You can have your writers curate news and what's hot topics, as well as the stuff that you've got in your blog and your website. And so there's always an abundance of stuff that can be curated and used as repurposed content. I think that's it. Russ, do you have anything that you want to add?
No, we can go into content curation, but that's we have a course on that at Curation Profits.
Absolutely.
And we created this repurpose content module to keep that as well as many, many other things in mind. The number one thing that happens to a lot of companies is they lose track of all the amazing content that they already have internally. So we teach methods here, internal content curation, which is inside esoteric and exoteric, meaning inside your own organization and external to your industry. And we talk all about that in the courses, which is also part of the value that you have. And if you are watching this tour on our various video networks, do feel free to join us at www.networkempire.com to find out about how we've integrated pretty much all of these types of industry concepts into a major monster of a platform that's easy to use. It's helpful for you to close major clients and major deals, or help you run and organize your own business. My comment about this screen is this. One of the #1 complaints through the years of clients, students, organizations that we work with, whether it be a one-man band or a small shop or a large team, and okay, I'll confess, even in my own experience in trying to run different companies that I've had, is not knowing what to do next. And the real thing here that Matt has created, with his major background in manufacturing, production, and processes in large organizations, is that there's never any question about what has to happen next. And you, as the executive, can modify or change the direction of the ship if you decide to, but your outsourcing team is going to be doing what you ask them to do, and you can watch the numbers and the results, or report them to your client if you have clients, and decide to change based on that. But you know that the people logged in working on these promotional processes are going to be doing exactly what you ask them to do because it's broken down. Now, this is the major pain in the market when it comes to both promotion, content, all the other modules we've shown you, is just it's uncertainty. It's not being sure what the next task on the list for this day actually is. And with more and more networks and platforms growing every day, it's going to get a little bit weirder. Now let us do the job of integrating those principles for you. The one feed, the content curation, the RSS, social media integration. We teach all that in our advanced courses, and it really has been quite a feat to put all this together in a stackable system for you. So we do look forward to seeing you on the inside. And are there more modules, you guys, for this training area, or is this?
No, this is, I think we'll end on this one.
Okay.
We
so
sort of done step 1 and 2.
Okay, so this is going to be the last training module. Again, just think about this. The thing that I love about this is those green check marks right there. See that? I can't emphasize it. You have a multi-million-dollar project or a small project, whatever size, you're going to know whether or not the tasks have gone out to promote. It's the same on the content. You're just going to look at a list. I love that. When I get up in the morning, I like to look at a list, and if there's, green is good, red is bad. Do it. Not bad, but undone.
Yeah.
So, and you just go and you make the calls and you get the people on it and you pay $5 here and that outsourcing thing here, and then it just starts to, you get these green lights flashing on the screen. All of a sudden you get traffic coming in, and holy mackerel, you're making sales and you're wondering where all the money was in the dry years. And this is really what has to happen. You just got to get her done. And this checklist system provides that value and that exact step-by-step process to answer to an immense amount of problems and pains that our ThemeZoom and Kraken students were experiencing through the years. So thanks a lot, Matt and Sue. I really appreciate this, and this will be perfect for our free introduction module series.